Top 10 countries with largest gold reserves. 10. Netherlands. Tons, 612.5% of foreign reserves, 67.7%. The Dutch central bank announced that it will be moving its gold vaults from Amsterdam to Camp New Amsterdam, about an hour outside the city, citing burdensome security measures of its current location. As many others have pointed out, this seems odd, given that the bank fairly recently repatriated a large amount of its gold from the US. 9. India. Tons, 618.2% of foreign reserves, 6.5%. It's no surprise that the Bank of India has one of the largest stores of gold in the world. The South Asian country, home to 1.25 billion people, is the second largest consumer of the precious metal and is one of the most reliable drivers of global demand. India's festival and wedding season, which runs from October to December, has historically been a huge boon to gold's love trade. 8. Japan. Tons, 765.2% of foreign reserves, 2.7%. Japan, the world's third largest economy, is also the eighth largest hoarder of the yellow metal. Its central bank has been one of the most aggressive practitioners of quantitative easing. In January 2016, it lowered interest rates below zero, which has helped fuel demand for gold around the world. 7. Switzerland. Tons, 1040.0% of foreign reserves, 5.7%. In seventh place is Switzerland, which actually has the world's largest reserves of gold per capita. During World War II, the neutral country became the center of the gold trade in Europe, making transactions with both the Allies and Axis powers. Today, much of its gold trading is done with Hong Kong and China. 6. China. Tons, 1936.5% of foreign reserves, 2.8%. In the summer of 2015, the People's Bank of China began sharing its gold purchasing activity on a monthly basis for the first time since 2009. Although China comes in sixth for most gold held, the yellow metal accounts for only a small percentage of its overall reserves, a mere 2.8%, the lowest of the top 10 central banks with the most gold. China has actually been on a gold buying spree since December 2018, buying almost 100 tons from then through August. 5. Russia. Tons, 2219.2% of foreign reserves, 19.6%. The Russian central bank has been the largest buyer of gold for the past 7 years and overtook China in 2018 to have the fifth largest reserves. In 2017, Russia bought 224 tons of bullion in an effort to diversify away from the US dollar, as its relationship with the West has grown chilly since the annexation of the Crimean Peninsula in mid-2014. To raise the cash for these purchases, Russia sold a huge percentage of its US treasuries. 4. France. Tons, 2436.1% of foreign reserves, 60.8%. France's central bank has sold little of its gold over the past several years, and there are calls to halt it altogether. Marine Le Pen, president of the country's far-right National Front Party, has led the charge not only to put a freeze on selling the nation's gold but also to repatriate the entire amount from foreign vaults. 3. Italy. Tons, 2451.8% of foreign reserves, 67.4%. Italy has likewise maintained the size of its reserves over the years, and it has support from European Central Bank President Mario Draghi. The former Bank of Italy governor, when asked by a reporter in 2013 what role gold plays in a central bank's portfolio, answered that the metal was a reserve of safety, adding, "It gives you a fairly good protection against fluctuations against the dollar." 2. Germany. Tons, 3366.8% of foreign reserves, 71.9%. In 2017, Germany completed a 4-year repatriation operation to move a total of 674 tons of gold from the Banque de France and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York back to its own vaults. First announced in 2013, the move was expected to take until 2020 to complete. Although gold demand fell in 2017 after hitting an all-time high in 2016, this European country has seen gold investing steadily rise since the global financial crisis. 1. United States, tons, 8,133.5% of foreign reserves, 76.0%. With the largest official holdings in the world, the US lays claim to nearly as much gold as the next 3 countries combined. It also has the highest gold allocation as a percentage of its foreign reserves at 76%. From what we know, the majority of US gold is held at Fort Knox in Kentucky, with the remainder held at the Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco Assay Office and West Point Bullion Depository. Which state loves gold the most? Well, the state of Texas went so far as to create its very own Texas Bullion Depository to safeguard investors' gold.